be brief because I love Paul and I know he's going to sing and do a great job. So, it's been 36 days, 24 hotels, roughly 12,000 kilometers, 33 communities, 19 media interviews, 4 friends from home, 1 unsympathetic tow truck driver in Jasper. I hate that place. Hundreds of thousands of conversations and handshakes, and through it all, I have worn the same shirt and red pants. Thank you to the Salt Box for this epic space and for this perfect place to come home. To Lynn for organizing this event. You're an amazing host. Shaky from the drive-in. Thank you all for being here. And to those who emailed me to say that they couldn't be here, I feel their support. I first want to thank my husband. It was 2 days before I was heading out on this epic adventure when I had a complete full-on meltdown. No lie. There will be children starting school that will show more decorum than I did 2 days before I left on this trip. I cried, David, I can't do it. I am not strong enough. I am not smart enough. I cannot do this. And he reassured me that yes, not only could I do this, but I was the only one who could do this. Proving that he either has more confidence in me than I deserve, or he really wanted to be a bachelor for the summer. Not sure which. To my kids, thank you for not breaking any bones, or getting into any trouble, or not getting caught. To my core team, the gritty, courageous group of business owners and community leaders who took a big risk on me. Someone who doesn't have any letters behind my name or any framed degrees on my wall. All I hold is a very creative mind and a big heart for this community. I want to thank you for not firing me as soon as I told you I wanted to work out of a camper. The camper might have been my idea, but this was a group effort. The fundraising, the planning, the bold mission, it was all of us together. But they first had to say yes. They had to say yes to the camper, to a 1976 bold yellow bowler. They had to risk me not finishing this or getting into trouble or getting eaten by a bear in Kelowna. There was a bear in Kelowna, yes. To you, to the core team, I congratulate you for taking a risk and proving that when taking great risks, you can reap big rewards. To the folks, you are the folks who have worked and you're so committed to this place, Lunenburg County, meeting every Wednesday at 7:30 a.m., not every month, but every week, even conference calling on storm days. You inspired me every day of this tour. This community is better for having this core team of now Lunenburg County. To the folks at the Lunenburg County Community Fund, we are really lucky to have this fund. I really encourage everyone to learn more about this fund if you don't know enough about it. It helps initiatives that might not check all the same regular old boxes. These are the projects that we need to be doing now more than ever. To Ben and Jess, they're the feisty group who came along with me. I affectionately dub them the kids. They are documenting this tour, and we've come a long way together. I could not have done this without them. Jess, I'm sorry we did not find you a husband. But like I keep telling you, you're going to find one in Lunenburg County if you stay here. To Ben, the king of puns, despite the fact that I may have outpunned you in Aurelia when I said, this is Aurelia, awesome town. But you are still king of puns. Watch for his app. I know we're going to be hearing a lot more from Defiant Sheep for years to come. I did not know what to expect when I set out on this tour, but I had 3 goals. One was to talk passionately about this place, to invite as many Canadians as I possibly could to Lunenburg County, to create a life they love. 2 was to give incredible value to our sponsors, making them and our core team proud to be involved in this audacious project. My 3rd goal was to use every hotel gym. Well, I did not use one single hotel gym. But I'm proud to say that at this very moment, there are a lot of people in this country looking a little more closely at Lunenburg County and all of our sponsors. I have amazing stories to share, not just while I was on tour, but even before I left. From finding Bernie and Moira Bolivar, who drove our adorable bowler and red Ford Escape to Edmonton for their 45th wedding anniversary. Happy 45th wedding anniversary. Thank you, Bernie, for channeling my father by going through every detail of driving a camper. To Holly Ellsworth, who met me in Winnipeg. She was my first friend in grade 2 at the Nude Kids table, where she moved from Sambro and I moved from Canning, to receiving these sunglasses from a homeless man in Vancouver, and I still have them. Anyone who knows me knows that that's quite a feat. To hearing from Gary, a man in Victoria who will be here October 1st with his wife, 4 kids, and their dog. Those are just a few of what you'll read in my best-selling book, due to come out before Christmas. I had so many people with me. It was a lot of work for our core team, who supported me every single day. It took commitment from our amazing sponsors, so much so that even Michelle Croce met me while she was on vacation. Michelle, I see you out there somewhere. Give me a wave. Oh, hi, Michelle. Thank you. That was awesome. It took traditional media, who have been so kind to me. Remember, stories just don't make it online without traditional media. My friends were with me, my family was with me, this community was all with me. It was a community effort. I remember before we set off, there were people who had said to me, do you actually think people are going to welcome them to your communities to lure back their best people away to Nova Scotia? They said you were crazy. It will not happen. Not only did these communities welcome us, but I had town officials, both elected and paid staff, tell me where to go to meet young families. They set up interviews with entrepreneurs who gave me best practices for growing a thriving Shop Local initiative to bring even more opportunities. They invited us to dinner. They treated me to wine, giving way too many pastries. Even a police officer blocked a one-way street so we could drive down it the wrong way. And almost every day I would hear someone say to me from a rural community, we need to be doing this. I love what you're doing. I heard from a cool hipster in Calgary say, I have never even ever considered moving to Lunenburg County. Never even heard of Lunenburg County. But I gotta hand it to you, I'm gonna Google it now. I share with hundreds of folks the opportunities that exist here, and I believe they exist here. But I was also honest about those that do not. I shared with people the beautiful landscapes, our climate, terrific for growing, stunning beaches, but I also shared that you need a vehicle to get to them. I shared with them that we have such amazing coffee shops that they won't even care that we don't have a Starbucks. I met truck drivers, carpenters, nurses, teachers, millwrights, brewmasters, servers, possible employers from all over this country, and we would be lucky to have them all as our neighbors. Even those who will not be moving to Lunenburg County and who are very happy to stay firmly where they are, I gained a lot of insights on what makes them happy in their community. This is all gold. I also heard from people who may not be big believers of this project, and I welcome them to learn more about this project. I want to listen to and understand their hesitation. Tim, that is a line from you, listen to understand. I will share with them the emails that I've received from employers who are desperate to find people and aging business owners eager to sell. That is where my energy was focused during this project. I learned so much on this tour about this country, about myself, about this community, and about people. But above all, I learned the power of an invitation. I invited people to move to Lunenburg County, and some outright laughed at the suggestion. Did they not? It was absurd. But others smiled in flattery, and they leaned in a little bit to the suggestion. Think about how you feel when someone invites you somewhere. Even if you don't want to go, you think about it. It's a powerful thing. And so I invite you all. I have an invitation for you. I want you to be part of the next steps of Now Lunenburg County as we embark on a local tour where we'll show our documentary and host conversations about our next steps. We must continue to be bold and show courage where it might be easier to play it safe. I invite you to say yes to new neighbors, say yes to being an illuminator, which is an ambassador for Lunenburg County. I want you to imagine, not just residents, but also government and businesses, to imagine what it might look like if we started to say yes instead of finding a way to say no. I'll end with a message that I heard from a local resident, William Kowalski. He is a man who moved here together with his wife and his daughters. He's a successful author, an entrepreneur, and he makes the most amazing pickles. You can buy them at the barn just down the street here. I met with him, as I did many newcomers and business owners, when I first began with Now Lunenburg County less than 1 year ago. I asked him if he had any advice to give new people on creating a life in Lunenburg County. He said he would say to them, let this place shape you. I've been in many communities throughout this vast and beautiful country. I've met the most warm and lovely people, but you are the people, and this is the place where there's no place I'd rather be. There is no one I'd rather be surrounded by to shape me. And so, I want to thank you all for your trust and your support. And now I would really like a Jesus Murphy.